Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Achakwadash. The born as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who are well and who taught us truth. Today's lesson will be entitled, It Will Get Much Worse Before It Gets Better. It will get much worse before it gets better. And of course, the better that I'm speaking about is the kingdom of heaven. Because as it is written in 2 Ezra 6, 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7, then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's that the better that I'm speaking about. Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth, being the beginning of everlasting life, the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. That is the better. But it's going to get much worse because we got to go through the end of Esau's world. Because we also know, 12, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So before we get to that better, it's going to get much worse. And he's going to come down with great wrath. He's going to come down with fury, with intensity, with anger. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, the elect is going to be covered. Psalm 91. In verse 1, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that secret place is His truth, man. Verse 2, I will say of the Lord Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. So it's going to get much worse. But the elect is going to have Yahweh Shem Yahshai for a covering, for a trust, for a refuge, for a fortress. Verse 3, Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And you can read the rest of the chapter. It's a beautiful chapter to read, frequently. But I'm going to jump down to verse 9, Psalm 91 and 9. Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So the Lord's going to make sure His elect is, good. Now, I don't mean that we're not going to go through trials and tribulations and we're going to be tempted. Because that's what it says in Revelation 3. In verse 10, going into the hour of temptation, which shall try all the world. And them which dwell therein. Roughly paraphrasing. So it's going to get much worse before it gets better, man. But the Lord's going to be with His elect, with His anointed. Now you're going to have brothers and sisters that, may have to die for this truth, beheaded, and so on and so forth. But, the Lord said that that's a beautiful sight, the death of His saints. Let's get that real quick. Psalm 116 and verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord Yahweh is the death of His saints. So, if you're a martyr for this truth, just know that the Lord looks at that as, beautiful, and the Lord can save you out of that. He may be, Esau may be torturing you, maybe, or about to torture you, and the Lord saves you out of that just to see how you was going to react and if you was going to keep your faith in Him. So, yeah, we got to go through that worst time in history. that tribulation. So yeah, it's going to get much worse before it gets better. But don't worry, because the Lord is with us. Lord willing, we're part of the elect, and you got to believe that wholeheartedly. And that's what it says. That's what it says also. And I got it yesterday in that John 10 or John 14. You believe in the Most High, believe also in me. That the Lord's going to, receive us and come back and get us. So you just got to endure and patiently wait. Acts 14 and verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. And that better is what? The kingdom of the Most High. That better is the kingdom, and that much worse is going to be that much tribulation right before we enter into the kingdom. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the worst time in history, a time like no other, as the scriptures say, in many places. But we have to endure, as it says in Matthew. I always get this, Matthew 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. It also says, endure. I believe it says killed as well. I think it's in Luke. Maybe Mark. Let me see. Because it says the same thing, or it might have said, let me see. Might not have said killed. Because I'm not seeing it. Let me see. Just like, bear with me. Let me see if it's in this one. Might be in John. I doubt it's in. I know this is in Matthew 24. Matthew 24:9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Endure. Okay, it was I think it was this one. Endure, ye shall be hated. Mark 13 and verse 13, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So we're going to be hated. We're going to go through persecution, so on and so forth. But you got to endure no matter what is in front of you. Because the Lord already said that these things would happen. That these things would come to pass. Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Prepare to be tempted. Prepare to go through, these trials and tribulations and, adversities and ultimately the worst time in history. Revelation 3 and verse 10, because this is that ultimate temptation. 3 and 10, Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So, that great time of testing is what? That MOTB being mandated. That RFID micro chip being mandated and being implemented and pushed throughout the whole earth. Are you going to take that chip? Or are you willing to die for Yahweh Shem Yahshai? That's what it says in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 12. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 12. It's 2 Timothy 2 and 12. Slack you for that. 2 Timothy 2 and 12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. So we don't want to deny Yahweh. We want to suffer with him, as it says in the NLT. If we endure hardship, we will reign with him. If we deny him, he will deny us. You got to believe. So I'm going to hit the road, make it in transit, quote scriptures, Lord willing. And it shouldn't be too much longer. There's nothing else for us to do, man. We have no power to bring forth the kingdom. We have no power in our hands, no power in our might. We need Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And before we get that better, we got to go through that worse. What we've seen up until this point is only the tip of the iceberg, man. And it's bad what we're about to go through. But as it says in the last chapter, in the last verse of Matthew 28, it says, Yahweh said, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." So Yahweh is going to be with him. When you get that word "world," it's going into eon, which is the end of this age, the end of the age of Esau's age, man. Esau is going to come down very, very harshly, but we have to endure and remain patient, remain circumspect, understanding that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to be with us, Lord willing, one part of the elect. There's no other way around it. What is saying, John 10:1, that he that entereth, he that cometh up some other way is likened unto a thief and a robber. There's only one way to the kingdom of heaven. There's only one way to Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and that's through that straight gate, man. Matthew 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. The straight gate, when you go into that word straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, is going into a degree of difficulty. And that's the gate that we want to enter through. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for broad is the way that leadeth unto destruction, roughly paraphrasing. We don't want to go down that broad gate. We want to go down that straight gate, because straight is the way that leadeth unto life. And few there be that find it. So before it gets better, man, it's going to get worse. Much worse. We're speaking about a time like no other. As it says in Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 37, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, so that none is like it. So you can imagine and think of any time in human history where it was that was a catastrophe. Damn, all those people died during that time. Damn, that was a very bad time for human history. You know, everything that you may read in the history books about the bubonic plague and the black plague plagued the earth and killed so many people. The big H, the big cost. That costs a lot. The slavery, the slaughtering of tens of millions of natives and Seminole Indians, the flood. What we're about to go through is going to surpass all that with flying colors. And it may be hard to believe because you got a roof over your head, you got a warm place to stay, you got good food to eat, decent food, you got a full stomach, you got a job, you're not homeless. But the Lord's about to make it to where all this shit is about to get shut down, man. Everything that we're seeing within society is about to get shut down. You thought the Crown 19 was something to all ooh and all at. Well, the Lord got something else planned, man. He got bigger and better plans, and more terrifying plans for this society and for the wickedness that it pushes, as it reads in 2 Ezra 15. Behold, thus say the Lord, behold, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. And the Lord said that he's not going to hold his tongue anymore. The Lord is done looking at all the wickedness and the perverseness that is going on within this society. Let me turn this brightness down. The Lord's done, man. He's about to bring forth judgment. And these people are just playing. Changing up the doctrine. Drinking, marrying, eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage. Until the Son of Man returns. Just like back in the day. The flood took them all away. Now now the Lord's judgment this time is about to take all these people away, man. So you want to make sure, speaking of myself first and foremost, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is your covering. Is your protection. Because there's no way around it, man. We have to go through this. You want the better. 2 Ezra 7. That city that is full of all good things. But you got to go through that narrow gate. You got to go through that gate with fire on the left and on the right of deep water. You got to go through that, man. You got to endure it. We all have to endure it, man. There's no exemptions. That individual gets to skate free to the kingdom. No. Ain't nobody skating free to the kingdom. Scotch free. No, man. If you're here on earth, you got to go through that, man. But it's going to be a beautiful time. It's going to be a beautiful time, and it's going to be a terrifying time at the same time. So we just got to pray that the Lord is with us. Just as he said in Matthew 28, Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of this world. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. And before I end it off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadas, and the bonus as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.